Okay, this is the March 1 meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners of the City of Troy. Call the roll, Valerie. Surprisingly, we have a new person up here. This is Valerie, and she's taken Julie's spot. So, Valerie, welcome. When we say call the roll, just go ahead and call the names, and we're going to tell you we're all here.
Do I have a list of all the names?
There you go. Right up here.
Okay.
Julie didn't give you very good instructions, did she?
Alan Cappers.
Here.
Mr. Fox.
Here.
Rebecca Pierce. Here.
Okay, all accounted for. We have a quorum. And we have the minutes from our last meeting before us, our February 2nd meeting. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions to those minutes? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I so move.
There's a motion. Is there support for the motion?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Please stand approved. Mr. Drake is absent today. His report is attached. If anybody has any questions concerning his report, we'll have to call him. Okay. Mr. Seiler, you are here and in attendance. Do you have anything to add to your report, sir?
I'll just add that you may have noticed the contractors have started to work over at the Hobart Arena site with putting up some fencing and so forth, and I think they'll, at some point this week, start working on some of the footers and some of the areas that will be added on to the building itself. So they are on site and getting started on the project.
Refresh my memory, how much is the square footage that's going to be added to the Hobart Arena?
It will increase the square footage by approximately 50%.
Wow, that's great. Okay. Any questions of Mr. Seiler? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Green, good morning. Good morning. Do you have any report? First of all, the course is open today, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Kickoff is out there today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ready to go. Just got a correction on the tournament and league schedule. Under outings, so the last one on the list of the outings, they had a date change there. It said Wednesday, October 12th for the Silver Swingers. It will be Tuesday, October 11th for the Silver Swingers instead.
Okay, good. How are the leagues, the outings for this year compared to last year?
Well, we've got 3 new ones this year. If you look on there, Saturday, June 11th, Swing for the 10th outing is a new one. That's a fundraiser for a gentleman that they're having. Also, the MGA Tour outing on Saturday, October the 1st. That's a brand new one. And the one we just mentioned there, the Silver Swingers. This will be the first time they've come to Miami Shores and played since they started their organization.
Good.
And they also have breakfast too that day, and we can go out and have a shotgun start. So, good. Nice to see 3 new groups in there. Hopefully get some new players who will come back again.
Good. Anything else you want to report?
That should be all for now.
I met with representatives of the Mayor's Youth Council yesterday, and one of their concerns, and we've talked about this before, one of their concerns was not enough restroom facilities on the bike path. And I just want to make sure that we're trying to advertise at Shores as best we can about our snack bar, restroom facilities, so we can accommodate bikers as well and maybe increase revenue, et cetera.
Yeah, they put a sign out there, I think it's been out there for 2 years now, talking about the concession, that it's open to bikers and walkers alike. Everybody's welcome. Okay. And we do get, I can't tell you how many, but we get an awful lot of people in there every day, either coming to use the restroom or they come and get a drink or have lunch. Good. So it's being utilized very well. Good. I don't know what more we can do other than put those signs out there, and of course, I'm sure word of mouth probably is a big help too. A lot of people tell other people that are riding and shopping.
When they put the bike path up there, we initially had a concern about the safety of the bikers and the walkers up on the bike path from golfers such as myself. Correct. Have we had any incidents?
Since those first 2 years, we had a couple incidents. We had a couple people got hit. And I think the golfers are more aware of the people walking and riding now, and I think the people that walk and ride the bike path are more aware of the golfers. So you'll watch them. They'll kind of look and see if anybody's on a particular 9T or 8T, which are the 2 major Ts, and what they're doing now is waiting for them to either hit, or the people that are on the tee are waiting for them to get by before they hit. So we really haven't had any problems in probably the last 4 or 5 years now.
Good.
So hopefully it's a combination of awareness of both people, you know.
Do you think that there's signage on that T, you know,
We do have a sign.
on courtesy to the
Yes,
bikers? Okay, that's
absolutely.
great. Good.
We should do.
Super.
I should to watch out for anybody walking around bike path and coming down that hill.
Great.
And I can follow up with that. When I'm running on the path, I do notice people. They're just there watching, they're waving as you're going by, so they're not hitting into me anyway.
Yeah, I think the awareness more than anything is really taking hold because everybody knows about it now and realizes that, you know, it's there to stay, it's not going to move. So they got to, you know, accommodate them, and nobody wants to hit anybody either on purpose. So they've really been very good about waiting and letting people get by.
Good. I've never had that problem when I'm running on the path, but not for the same reason. You don't have to write that down. Okay. Anything for Mr. Green? Any questions?
I have another question. When do the board meetings start for the shores?
We'll have one the last Wednesday this month.
Okay.
And I will send you an email on that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Do you have his email address?
Yes, for sure. Sure?
If you don't, just ask him after.
Yeah, levi.t.fox@gmail.com.
Yes. Yep.
Now, everybody knows that.
Sorry.
Both the people that watch.
Okay, I don't have any planning commission report. No old business, new business. A request from Mayor's International Council and Festival Nations. Somebody by the name of Jerry Mullins. Jerry, would you like to come forward, please? And just for Valerie's purposes, do you mind stating your name and address?
Yes, I'm Jerry Mullins, street foreman for the city of Troy. My address is 93 Mary Robin Road here in Troy, and I have been called upon to be the Festival of Nations chairman this year. And within like the last 4 years, we always request from the park board to use the upper portion of the levee directly behind the stadium to place approximately 20 to 25 tents and the stage for that festival, which this year is on August the 20th. This year we do have a new act. We're hoping to have a new act, a fire dancer that's going to be coming in from Akron. We've checked with the fire department, and I know that I've been talking with Sue, and the city I don't believe has an issue with it. The fire department doesn't have an issue with it, but I just wanted to make you aware of it. It is a newer, normally we just have dancers on, but we're incorporating some danger this year. So I want to make you aware of it. It's really safe.
What's the fire dancer you have to do with France?
She does it. We're just trying to get some different entertainment in there. France will have the Can girls dancing again this year.
And what time's that?
That will be from 2 to 8, and they're dancing actually, I believe, at 4 and 6:30.
Okay.
So they'll be there. We've got some belly dancers, Egyptian belly dancers. It seems to be that most of the time when we get entertainment for this, it's dancing. So but the fire dancer or the fire lady had contacted us last year, but we didn't have the time to submit and do all the checking that we would need as far as ordinances things are concerned. But this year we are doing our due diligence, and hopefully we can get her in here and she can go up there and perform also.
Great. Any questions of Mr. Mullins? He, on behalf of the Mayor's International Council of Troy Festival of Nations, has requested the levy as a site, as they have in past years. Do any of the commissioners want to take any action on this request?
I move we approve the request.
There's a motion to approve,
Second.
and there's a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Jerry, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, we also have a request from the Troy Senior Citizen Center. Like the Festival of Nations, every year we have a request from the Troy Senior Citizen Center for the approval of their restrictive use of the parking lot at their center during Strawberry Festival weekend. And they've done the same thing this year for Saturday, June 4th and Sunday, June 5th. They asked that they be permitted to secure the parking lot for their use and use of their participants. They have followed guidelines in the past for the use of the parking lot for handicapped individuals and things like that. So they've requested once again the use of that under those guidelines. Does anybody have any problems? Can we entertain a motion to approve that?
Submit a motion to approve.
Okay, there's a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's hereby approved. Valerie, one of the things that Julie did was contact these people and tell them that they say okay. Did you know that?
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Titterington, did you have anything to come before the commission?
I do not, thank you, sir.
Okay. Mrs. Knight, do you have anything?
No, sir, thank you.
Mr. Davis, do you have anything to come before the commission?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Please step forward.
Have these for you, and it'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Look out the map. Okay, Bart Denlinger of Denlinger and Sons Construction is proposing to rezone a piece of property directly to the west of Stonebridge Development. He's proposing a planned development. The name of the development is Legacy Grove. The development will have 18 lots and will be on a cul-de-sac. In lieu of open space, Mr. Denlinger is proposing to install a 5-foot by 605-foot long walking path that would connect Legacy Grove and Stonebridge Development to Concord Schools and the playground equipment at the school. The cost of the path would be $12,000. He's also proposing to install a 16 by 24-foot picnic shelter at a cost of $18,500.
And that would be placed on park property?
Yes. I'm not sure if that's called Stonebridge Park, but
I don't think we've named it.
okay, but on the city park property. We come before the park board to see if you would be agreeable to this proposal. We've talked to Mr. Herman at the Troy City Schools. He does not feel this proposal would be in the best interest of the children walking to school. He brought up the issue of who would be responsible for the shoveling of snow off the walk during the winter, as the children and parents would expect that to be taken care of. That's all I have.
That's all you got?
That's all I got.
That's all you got. Okay. So the issue before us today is whether or not we want to accept the improvements that he's outlined in exchange for parkland property.
That's correct.
It's a recommendation, I believe, to the
Planning Commission. Right. There are fees in lieu?
No.
No fees in lieu?
This would be, this is in place of open space, fees in lieu of anything. If he puts, his proposal is to put in the walking path and the park shelter, and he's done with
Well, how much would the fees in lieu be?
$9,000.
Okay, to refresh your memories, whenever there's a new land development, the ordinance in the city of Troy require that there's a percentage of that land would be set aside for park purposes, or in lieu of that, that the developer would have to pay fees in lieu. So what this developer is saying that in lieu of the fees in lieu, that they would be agreeing to go ahead and place a shelter on our current park property and a walking path back to it from the development, which is a cul-de-sac. Now, with the homeowners association, is there going to be a homeowners association for this?
Yes.
Is this
No, I'm sorry, there will not.
This is a public street then?
This is a public street, but there will not be a homeowners
So
association.
who does he propose that would be taking care of the walk path?
The city.
The city would be taking care of it. No, I don't like that. So would this walking path be dedicated then to the city as additional park property?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a short section of walking path that goes, may I approach the bench?
You may.
It's easier to point out.
Sure.
There's this walking path that he is proposing on his property that then will connect this long stretch of walking path that connects to Concord School.
Right.
This would be dedicated then to the city.
This is already the city's.
Yes, but I mean, he would be building this path on the city's property at his cost, along then with the shelter here.
Okay.
So there is no path there currently.
That's correct. It's just green
There's
space.
a path, but it's kind of green space path.
Yeah.
Okay.
We put wood chips out there at one time, I believe.
There may have been at one time, but currently there's nothing there. It's just grass.
So that's Concord.
Yeah, this is Concord
Okay.
School.
Gotcha. I know where we're at.
Stonebridge is over here, and they don't have any direct access to the school except through this area, which is a park property, and then the school property over here. So this would take, if they wanted to walk to the school, they could go down through here, or Stonebridge Meadows or Stonebridge people can go ahead and go through here.
And just for the board's information also, the plan for the planned development is to gear it towards retirement age, that maybe you don't want as large of a house as what you have now, and you want to downsize, but you want a quality custom home.
Okay. Well, what's staff's recommendation to the recommendation of our board?
Our recommendation would be against this with the fact, I guess two things. One, we could probably prefer the fees in lieu of. It would be less maintenance responsibility on the city, and two, the school, we're not in favor of this. So having this tie into what would, I guess at this point, dead into the school property, if the schools are not allowing Mr. Dillner to connect it to their paved asphalt, it would kind of be a path that would stop in the grass area as well.
Along with the fact that down here along McKay, even though it's not shown on the plan, we are requiring that he install sidewalks in this area also.
So there would be access to the school property,
Correct.
walking access.
Yes.
And just for future reference, we did go back to him with some other request that you would get at the planning commission level, what you would get here, because it didn't really affect what he was planning at here.
If we were to go in with not have fees in lieu, but instead park property, what would be the acreage that we would be entitled to?
It would be 10% of the development.
So how many acres are in the development, you say?
And this is
4.
the area of development is 5.334 acres.
So it'd be about half
So
of
we're
it.
gonna get-
I'm looking at ways to broaden the amount of park property, but if it's only half an acre, that's kind of minimal. Okay.
And there is a park out here?
Yeah, this is the park right now we have, which came from park land that was given to us because of Stonebridge development.
Is there anything out there?
Oh, there you go.
This would be the development that they're proposing it on, and here's the parkland. This road comes up here, so it fronts this road. This is
Nothing's built on this yet? No.
In fact, we sold off a couple of lots. You can see this line right here. That's one of the lots that we sold.
Okay.
Keeping the rest of this property. We like that property because it was kind of contiguous to the school board's property back in here. Okay. All right, well, thank you for your presentation. I'm just going to give you my opinion. First of all, when you see these type of developments and there are amenities that are proposed in the development, usually we don't like to undertake the maintenance of those. In fact, we as a park board try to get away with decreasing the amount of maintenance we have on a daily or monthly basis. I don't know that I'm willing to undertake additional maintenance, even if it were, snow removal. It's a very good point. Snow removal. We have to cut the grass in this 15-foot area, things of that nature. Usually what we require is that there would be a homeowners association that would have homeowners dues to go ahead and pay for those type of services. If it's a service to this community here, then that community ought to pay for those services. That's my opinion. The other side of that is I really like the gazebo. I really like a walking path that would tie in, because we have talked about that in the past, creating some sort of walking path back to the Board of Education property through that park so that the kids in Stonebridge can create it. But based upon the scenario, I just assume go ahead and put that in our budget for us to do sometime in the future.
So that would mean the Parks Board would still get the land, the half an
We
acre?
would get either the half an acre if we choose, or we get fees in lieu. Fees in lieu, I understand, would be $9,000,
Okay.
which we would use then to go ahead and perhaps put in a walking path of the land.
But there'd likely not be this path there?
Well, not let the developer can still put it in, but we wouldn't accept it if that's what a recommendation is. We wouldn't accept that as park property,
And then we wouldn't be responsible for
and we wouldn't be
maintaining it.
responsible for its maintenance. And if he wants to put it in, it could be put in, it could be owned by these owners, the various owners, subject to an easement of these people that use a pedestrian access if he wants to. Or he could create a homeowners association for the purpose of doing that. But it would be something that we wouldn't accept. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Yeah, I think it's important to take into account Mr. Herman's opinion from the school board, so it would be pointless, I would think, if it did not connect to the school property.
Is there anything else in this packet you need us to take a look at, Shannon? Okay. Just, I love it when somebody, oh, there is a declaration. He's already,
It's a very nice packet.
so he's added a declaration in here of subdivision restrictions.
Mr. Capper, by the time you see that in planning commission, it will look different.
Oh,
There are several changes that have to be made to the plan.
okay. But he's not providing for homeowners association anywhere here, is he?
And that's my understanding.
Okay. Usually plan unit developments do. All right. I'm going to make the motion to give a negative recommendation to Planning Commission concerning the dedication of the walkway to the city of Troy. I think that's what you wanted to know about, right?
That's correct.
I second.
Is there any further discussion?
Could this ever be brought? Could this be brought up again?
Sure. Yeah.
If this would,
If
the
it
packet
changes.
would change.
Yeah, most certainly. Any other discussion? Okay. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. We've got a negative recommendation of Planning Commission concerning the walkway. Tim, Shannon, do you guys have anything else you want to bring before the commission?
No, thank you.
Commission members have anything they want to discuss? Valerie, you have anything? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
And then there's a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we stand.